All right, peace family. Greetings to you. I hope you're having a fabulous day on this beautiful, beautiful, sunny, warm Friday. Listen, we're going to talk about BG Wealth Sharing Group. This is designed for you to make a one-time investment that's going to benefit you for a lifetime. So strap in, take notes. We'll take any questions towards the end and make sure that you have all the information that you need so that you can make a sound financial decision for you and your family. All right. Now, obviously, we are talking about trading. We are talking about crypto. So obviously, you only want to use risk capital. You only want to use monies that, are set to the side that you could do some high risk type of things with. Okay. However, I will talk to you throughout this presentation about the guaranteed no loss with the trades. All right, here we go. So, what is the BG Wealth Sharing Fund, and what is this all about? The Wealth Sharing Fund team is a long-term investment. The group's been around for three some odd years, 3+ years, about 300,000 members right now, and we are really spearheading the U.S. Northern American markets right now. That's why you're here. So there's two different ways that you can earn, right? So earning a stable income passively, but also earning additional income through building a team and a community. And that's why you all are here, because I am building a community to add to the 300,000 members that are already there. So this requires everyone to understand the advantages of team building, which we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about, and how you can enhance your own crypto portfolio just by simply sharing with people, family and friends that you may know that have what a lot of people are suffering from out there in the world. I don't care where you go, people are talking about high prices on goods, services, and this things of that nature. So it's kind of like, sometimes when you say, sharing or building a community, people get a little nervous because they've been in programs or, different platforms before, and they've had rug pulls, and we all have, right? But I'm just going to give it to you like this. This is the metaphor that I like to use. What if you had the cure for cancer and you have friends and family members that had cancer? Wouldn't you want to give them this remedy to help them with their situation? This is the same thing that we have here, family. There are people that every day you're talking to them. They're suffering from what's called financial cancer. They're living paycheck to paycheck. You may not know this because they may be fronting and stunting and all this type of thing, right? Everybody, they want to floss and all that, right? But at the end of the day, trust me, they're down on their knees. They're begging for an opportunity. And this is something that you can share with them. Okay. So now, all right. So this is a win-win-win situation, right? So we're talking about a tripartite win structure. Let's break this down. First off, let me know when the trade starts. All right. So I am going to show you all exactly what you're doing every single day by copying a trade signal into your trade account. We're going to do one with you live. This is why I set the Zoom around this time, because this is the same time that we drop our first trade signal. Okay. So, anyways, the win-win-win structure. Let's talk about this. First thing, investors profit daily by following a trade signal that gets dropped into our private Telegram group. And you basically copy and paste. If you can copy, paste, and click 4 times and click submit, you can earn money here. Simple, simple, simple. Easy peasy. Where's Adam? Remember we had to talk about that last night. Easy peasy. Okay. Second, as the leader of the Wealth Sharing Fund team, you can enhance your trading volume and visibility of the exchange by helping team members to, obviously get their account set up and things like that. And the exchange actually shares the reward profits with us anywhere up to about 30%, depending on, how aggressive you are with team building. So obviously, the more members that you bring on board, then the higher your income is going to be and the higher your portfolio is going to be. Third thing is that the DSJ exchange benefits from the promotion by investors, right? So gaining more members, providing stable investment platform for all of the members and everyone involved. So that's the win-win-win situation. Now, let's take a look at the major advantages of the wealth sharing fund team. The first point is, again, long-term stable income, right? How we're getting these trade signals is that there is a sophisticated AI algorithm that's combined with humans that are sending this signal to us, right? The accuracy rate on the signals is 99.6%. If I have any traders on the Zoom, you already know a win rate of 99.6% is unheard of. right? The second point, the second advantage is that the exchange holds licenses and business licenses from more than 30 different countries and regions all around the world, including the UK financial license, also the ASIC license that comes out of Australia, and the Monetary Authority of Singapore. So they're buttoned up all the way up and down, right? So everything's legal above board. You're dealing with the regulated exchange, the whole 9 yards. Your funds never leave your exchange account, so you don't have to necessarily, when you deposit, you're not going to be sending your funds off to a group of people to trade for you. You're simply depositing your funds into your own regulated exchange account, and then that code that you're copying is actually trading those funds for you. So no one has access to your funds, right? And that's a real big thing and a big benefit. Third key point, guaranteed fund protection. Guaranteed fund protection. The BG Fund Company was established in 2024. This is the protection of the capital. Okay, so don't get it confused with the start of when they started. So the BG Fund Company was established in 2024 with an initial capital of 30 million pounds. That's about 37 to 40 million US. Just depends on the day and the exchange rate. So this ensures the safety of all members' funds. So all fund company details and the credentials and things of that nature, if you want to dig deeper in that, just get in here, become a leader, sign an NDA. You can talk with Professor. He's the CEO of the trading group, and you can see these documents with your own 3 eyes. All right, fourth point, long-term. I did say 3 eyes, I know. Long-term project partnership, right? We have signed a 10-year cooperative plan with the DSJ exchange. We is the BG trading community, okay? So the BG trading community has a 10-year agreement with the exchange where we do our trades, and the exchange is called DSJ. So they have about 8 years left on that contract. So you have about 8 years here that, you can really dig in, build a huge portfolio for yourself, help a lot of people that out there that have financial cancer. All right. And then the fifth point is future income will be more diversified. So in addition to profiting from signal trading, you can also be a team player, team member, community builder to obtain even more additional income. All right. So that's advantage one. Advantage two. Now, these are the legalities and all the licenses and registration and all of this information. We're going to go through this so that you can feel comfortable in knowing that you're dealing with regulated, buttoned up type of entities. So the DSJ Exchange platform has an Australian license and is directly regulated by the Australian government. It can provide financial services on a global scale. Okay. And this is here to protect you and every investor in accordance to the law. Okay, so that's a really good thing. Even though we know crypto is not regulated or anything like that, still a lot of gray areas and stuff like that. But they did everything in their power to get all types of registrations. And as you can see here, I know this is a bit small, but if you go to asic.gov.au and you put in their registration number, then you can pull up the exchange and you can review all that information. And if you want to take a closer look, please reach out to the person that invited you here. They can give you all those details. They can send you these copies and everything. Okay. All right. So that's advantage two. Advantage three, security of team members' funds, right? We talked about that fund, that 30 million pounds that was put up. So on August 19, 2024, officially passed a formal approval from the UK government department with a capital injection of 30 million pounds to obtain the legal license certification, which also marks the BG Group's professionalism and legitimacy in the industry. Let me know when the trade's ready. Okay, great. And these are snapshots of that particular registration and all of that. And here's more snapshots of that. So you can see that again. You can get this from your sponsor, no problem. Advantage four, long-term project cooperation. Remember, we talked about the 10-year agreement. Okay, this is the document. The Wealth Sharing Fund team signed a 10-year cooperative plan with DSJX, which is the exchange, adhering to the core concept of tripartite cooperation and a win-win-win situation, right? So we're dealing with two different entities here, right? So we have the Wealth Sharing Fund team, which is the BG Wealth Sharing. You see it right here on the certification here, the BG Wealth Sharing. That is the community, the 300,000 members. The exchange that we use is DSJ Exchange. Okay, so that is where the connection comes into play. More snapshots there of that. All right, so now advantage five, In addition to profiting from signal trading, you can also build a team and earn additional profits. Is it mandatory? No. Is it heavily encouraged? Absolutely. Absolutely. Professor is always in the Telegram groups, in the private groups, and he's explaining to you the benefits and why it's important, for you to share, right? Number one, because you can really do it with confidence. And then number two, it's just going to help you even more. Okay. So now let's take a look at it. These are the endorsement rewards. So when you have a new user that you've referred and they make a deposit of 500 USDT, you're going to receive 25. They're going to receive 25. If they deposit 1,000, then you're going to receive 100. They're going to receive 50. If they deposit 3,000, you're going to receive 300. They're going to receive 150. If it's 5,000, you're going to receive 500, and they're going to receive 250. So it breaks down to 10% to the referrer and 5% bonus to that newcomer that's just come on board to help their account grow and compound even faster. All right. So now, if a spokesperson, we're spokespeople. All right. So if you're inviting someone, that's what that is. That's the definition. So if a spokesperson invites a friend to join and they make a deposit of less than 300 USDT, then there is no reward for that. Okay. So I encourage all of my people 300 and up. I actually tell them 1,000 and up because you really want to see some growth in your portfolio and you can feel confident. But at the end of the day, people have to get in where they fit in. And, you don't want to do anything that's going to be detrimental to your financial pocketbook. You're not taking bill money and stuff like that to do this. Again, risk capital only. Now, if you invite obviously a person and they deposit over 300, then that's going to be accounted for. Is it trade ready? Okay, it's ready. All right, so family, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the screen share. I am going to go into my account. We'll come back to the presentation here in just a bit. I'm going to go into my account. I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually do your daily trades. Now we get 2 daily trades. Are you seeing DS Exchange on my screen? Yes? Okay, great. Awesome. All right, so let's go here. So what you do is you log into your account. You're gonna click on futures. You're gonna click on futures, then you're gonna click on futures again. And you're gonna scroll down to where it says invited me. You just click on that and you're going to paste this code that gets dropped, the trade signal that gets dropped in our private Telegram group at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's the time that you want to, start being ready, getting yourself prepared and ready. And then 7 p.m. Eastern. And that's every day, 7 days a week. All right. So we're just waiting for the code now. Has it been released? Someone can drop it in the chat, Melton, or any of you can drop it in the chat. Whoever sees it first, drop it in the chat. Oh, also, we're giving out some money too today, so y'all better pay attention. Giving out some free money. All right, thank you. So I'm going to take this code here that Empress was so gracious to drop in the chat, and I'm going to paste it into my account, and I'm going to click confirm. Boom, I already followed the order. That's awesome. So now I'm done for the day with my work. Until the next trade. All right, so we'll come back to that. That's going to take about 10 minutes. We'll come back to that. We'll go to the presentation, but we'll come back and you can see the results of that trade. All right, so that's the simplicity of it. Can you do that? Let me know if you can do that in the chat. I want to know, is that difficult or you think you can do that? Free money. You hit my attention. I love it. All right. So here we go. So we talked about this. Okay, let's go to the next slide here. All right. So now let's talk about team building because this is where, you got people here that are, pulling down some really interesting figures every month. I'll just say it like that. So let's look at it. So when you come on board to become a leader, you want to invite 5 people, right? 5 people that have made a deposit above $500. Okay. Very, very simple to do, especially once you start to see the simplicity, your account starts to grow, you get a withdrawal, whatever. Some people may want to wait. Well, it doesn't matter, right? 5 people is going to make you a junior spokesperson. right? So now at this point, as a junior spokesperson, you're getting you can call it a salary, if you will, or a trading dividend or what have you, but you're getting $30 minimum, okay, 3 times a month, right? On the 9th, on the 19th, and the 29th. You're also going to receive a bonus of 100 USDT. These bonuses, these are immediately withdrawable. So your bonuses, all of your bonuses are immediately withdrawable, meaning they get dropped right into your exchange. You can just withdraw it out. All right, so that's the junior spokesperson. Now, if let's say that your team, your group, the trading volume starts to exceed your salary, right? Your $30 every 3 times a month. Then you're going to jump over to a percentage of the trade volume, which is 0.5%. Okay. And you'll be getting that 3 times a month. All right. So now when you help your 5 people, when you help them do exactly what you did and invite 5 people, right? You're going to be promoted. So now you're going to be at the next level here, intermediate spokesperson. Now you're getting $150 on your salary every month. This is the bare minimum, right? So you're getting the 150 every three times a month. Once your trade volume exceeds that 150 threshold, then you're going to move over to a 1%. Okay. So when you move to the percentages, that means that you've exceeded the minimum threshold. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense for you. If not, get with your sponsor. They'll break it down even further. Also, professor is teaching and educating us every day right before trade time. So your bonus for this level is $300. Okay. $300. All right. So now I'm going to blow through the rest of this because I've kind of given you the basis, the foundation. So you should be able to now kind of just follow along. So now as the team continues to grow, 125 people, now you've moved up, you're getting a guaranteed salary of 500, and that's coming 3 times a month. Your bonus for this level is $800. When you go over the minimum amount, then you're at 2%, right? When you continue to build, continue to help, continue to share, your team gets to 500 members. You're now at $1,200, and that's coming 3 times a month. You're at a $2,000 bonus. When you exceed the minimum 1,200 3 times a month, you're at 2.5%. All right. When the team gets to 1,000 members, right, you're now at 2,400 3 times a month. Your bonus at that level is 5,000. Now these level up rewards in the last column, these are one-time bonuses. Okay, just so you know. All right. And then when you exceed the $2,400 minimum, then you're going to be at 3%. Okay, 3% of the trade volume. I'm going to break down the trade volume for you here in just a bit. All right, and then when you continue to build, continue to share, continue to bless everyone with this financial thing, this really financial blessing that we have with guarantee of no losses, it's pretty amazing. The team grows to 2,000 members. Your cycle bonus here 3 times a month is 5,000. Right, so you bring in 15K a month every month. That's pretty good. That can replace some folks' jobs if they're doing that. If they're doing that. The bonus for that level is 12,000. And if you, once you exceed the minimum, right, you're going to be at 3.5%. And then the very top is the regional spokesperson. You have a team of 5,000. Your cycle bonus is 10,000. That's 3 times a month. Your bonus for this level is 25,000. And then once you exceed the minimum, then you're at 4% on your trade volume. All right. So now let's take a look, or let me actually just kind of elaborate on. Let me know when the trade finishes. Also, excuse me. Let me elaborate on the trade volume so you can understand. Right. So the trade volume is basically, so let's just say you deposited $1,000 in your account. The system is so uniquely designed that it will not allow you to blow your account unless you're just completely, trying to blow your account by doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. But anyways, if you follow my guidance and your sponsor's guidance, right, and just do what we're telling you to do, go in, put your signal in, and that's it. If you choose to go in there and try and trade on your own and you don't know what you're doing, you're responsible. We're not responsible. Okay. So the system is set up, plug and play, whatever capital. In my example, you deposit $1,000. The system will only trade 1% of that. So what is 1% of $1,000? Someone tell me in the chat, and I may have some free money for you. What is 1% of $1,000? What is 1% of $1,000? 10. That is correct. Bada bing. Tangela was the first one. All right. Awesome. Okay. So my apologies. I'm just now having coffee. So your trades is only going to trade that $10, right? It's going to trade that $10. So your trading volume is calculated based upon 1% of your team's trading accounts. Make sense? All right. So that's where these bonuses come into play. Okay. All right. Moving right along. All right, so the volume dividends. All right, let's look a little bit deeper into this. If you successfully invite 5 new friends to join with a total investment over 300, you'll have the opportunity to be promoted to level 1 manager and receive a $100 promotion bonus. This means that your leadership and your team development skills are being recognized. So manager bonuses are paid out 3 times a month. Remember, on the 9th, 19th, and the 29th, the bonus rewards are a direct return for your team's successful growth. And as you add more team members, guess what? Your income will continue to increase and your portfolio will increase. Okay. And the dividends are divided according to the different levels as shown below. And we've already went through that. Okay. So I'm not going to read all this to you. All right. So now let's take a look at the dynamic signal return. All right. I want you to understand this. So the dynamic signal rewards. Okay. And this is for people that deposit 500 and up. Okay. When you invite a friend to invest over 500, both you and the new member will receive 3 days of 6 dynamic trading signals. So what that means is, in addition to, everyone gets 2 trade signals. Okay. Think of it as that's automatic purchase, if you will, right? Everyone that joins gets 2 trade signals a day. When you, again, invite someone and you're building your team and they deposit 500 and up, you and that new person, for the next 3 days, they're going to receive an additional 6 signals 2 times a day. So a total of 6, but it's 2 times a day. So 2 times 3 is 6. So additionally, you can participate in dynamic signal trading 4 times a day, receiving 2 dynamic signals at 2 p.m. and then 2 more at 9 p.m. Okay. So if you invest 1,000 and up, a 3-day trade signal could help you achieve anywhere a profit of up to $40. If you invest 3,000, you might realize a profit of up to 120. It just depends, right? But it's important to note that the dynamic trading signals from the referrer are proportionally to the initial deposit amount of new members, meaning the trading amount ratio is going to be 1%. I'm saying a lot of words. Don't worry about it. The computer and everything figures all of this stuff out for us, okay? If you're unable to participate in the 3-day signal trade, you can reach out to I guess the professor was writing this, so he said to me, but to Professor, who is Stephen Beard, the CEO of the trading group, or his assistants, one of his assistants, for more details to accumulate your trades. Okay. So the dynamic signal return, as long as you invite friends to join the BG community, our trading community, your daily earnings can be very high. Okay. And then I'll read this down here because this is a testimonial from someone. Signal trading is just our basic income, while team income allows us to achieve greater success in the future. A good investor must know how to broaden their perspective. Investment depends on developments over the coming years. And this is where the testimonial starts. And I'm not sure who it is. I need to ask Professor so we can actually put their name there. But this member says, I joined the BG Wealth Sharing team in 2022, from starting as an individual to now becoming a regional spokesperson. My journey, that means they're at the top one I said, I think, what was the amount? 10,000 3 times a month, something like that. Yeah. It says that where was I? From starting as an individual to now becoming a regional spokesperson, my journey from not knowing how to operate at first to achieve success has been made possible with the support of Professor Stephen. I hope that you can create your own team just like I did and become wealthier in the future. So pretty good stuff. All right, let's go to the next slide. Let me know when the trade is done. All right, so this is just really showing you when you invite your 5 members, it's just giving you a graph, if you will, so you can kind of see it in a picture form. But that manager, that's you at the top. That first row, that's your, 5 family or friends, and then their family and friends beneath that. Okay, so the Wealth Sharing Foundation is really the entrepreneurial starting point for each member. And I love the fact that you could really make a ton of money here just by helping 5 people. I really love that concept. And it's very duplicatable, especially with Professor educating your team all day long in the Telegram groups. All day long, they're getting educated. So you don't have to actually do that. So anyway, how we complete the trades, all right? So this is just an example, so you can kind of get an idea of what it, what it looks like. And I'm going to show you this trade once it finishes a live trade in my own account. So let's say that, you start with $500, right? Now they place a 1% value trade twice a day. 1% value means that your entire capital, right, will grow at about 1% a day. Okay, your entire capital. So remember, I told you if you deposit $1,000, $1,000 is not going to be traded. Only 1% is going to be traded, right? So because we don't want you to blow your account and then boom, your $1,000, you're gone, right? But at 1%, you got a lot of opportunities. So, anyways, they place a 1% value trade twice a day that makes you on average $9 a day minimum. So that puts you up 509. And the next day, right? Because it's compounding, you haven't withdrawn it out, so it's compounding. That puts you up to 1816 and some $18 and some change. Now, as we got the 916 that day. So it's just kind of showing you, and you'll even see it. I'm going to show you myself. I've almost doubled my account, and I haven't even been involved a week yet. And my account's almost double what I initially is posted. Okay, great. All right, so let's stop this here. We'll come back to the presentation. I'm actually going to show you my account. I am told that the trade is done. So let's do this. Da 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 da. Let's do this. Let's do this. And you all can feel free to pop questions in the chat, stuff like that. All right, let me refresh. All right, so I'm just going to go down here. So what you would do is after you put your code in, it's typically, like I said, about 10 minutes for the trade to process and close. You're just going to go down, click refresh, and then click on historical orders, right? So now I'm going to blow this up here so you can see it really big. All right. All right. So we are trading future options, right? Options on futures. Okay. That's what we're actually trading. Huge market. The pair that we trade is BTC USDT. Okay. So this was a call, meaning the AI, the algorithm thought the price was going to be going higher. Okay. This is the time period. This is when I entered the trade here, or this is the actual duration of the trade, I guess. I'm not sure. Anyway, open price was 84. This is when I entered the trade. So I entered the trade. BTC was 84,356 and 87 cents. My turnover amount, right? This is my 1%, right? So as you can tell by this, I've got about $1,800 capital in here because this is $18.01. So this is here's the open position time right here. This is when the trade was entered. And then the settlement price, that means is when the trade closed, what was the price? You don't need to know any of this stuff. I'm just sharing it with you. So the closing price, 84,391. So that price, it was higher than what I entered at, which was a call. So I won the trade. The winning rate of return for me for this particular trade was 64%, 64.76%. And my profit, $11.66. I like those numbers, 1166. I like that. That means something. Do some numerology on that later. Anyway, that's it, family. That's how simple that is. Is that not simple? Please tell me in the chat if you feel like you can do that. Tell me. I would like to know. Tell me. Tell me. Yep, yep, yep. Easy money, easy money. Absolutely. Okay. All right, so let's continue here and then we'll open up for questions and things like that. All right, so now I basically just showed you how to do the trade, but this graph here is talking about the same thing. How do we actually follow along the trade signals? First thing is when you create your account under your sponsor's link, you make your deposit, right? I would encourage you at least 500 or above. If you have to start at the bare minimum, it is what it is, right? The bare minimum is $100. It's not going to count, towards the person that referred you or anything like that. But once your account gets up there, if you compound, once it gets up to over 500, then that volume and stuff will start counting. So, but anyways, my recommendation or suggestion is 500 and up. At the end of the day, it's up to you. But we just went through this, but I'm just going to show you here on the graph. You log into your account. Step one, click on invite me, paste the code, click confirm, and you're done. That's how it works. Now, big question is, Queen, what happens if the transaction fails, if the trade goes negative? Well, like I said, their accuracy rate's 99.6%. So it's very unlikely that a trade will lose. However, if it does, you're actually going to make more money. They have a 5-phase follow-up trade plan that ensures that you don't have any losses in your account. It actually gives you a higher percentage to cover any losses, and it's 5 different phases. You don't need to know any of this. It's just kind of giving you an idea of what it would look like if a person had, 600 in their account, 1,200 in their account, or 3,600 in their account. It kind of shows you what all the profits to make up for that lost trade. It's almost like you make more money with a lost trade than the other way. But hey, let's not be greedy. It is what it is. But just know it's there for us if that ever happens. All right, so now let's look at dynamic and static returns. So if you invite 5 new members with a deposit of at least 500, you're going to earn you will earn not only okay, yeah, let's talk about the bonus. You will not only earn at least 250 as the invitation bonus, but you also successfully build your team. You'll be considered a leader at that point and elevate your team as well, right? So if you look at the overall capital for your account, it's about anywhere, like I said, anywhere from 1 to 1.3% on your total capital base. The trades that we do, the individual trades are bringing anywhere from 50, a little bit of 65% per trade. That's per trade. And remember, the trade is based upon the 1% of your capital. Okay, so I don't want anyone to get confused thinking we're making 60% per day on 1,000 or dollar. No, it's not. That's not what it is. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's give you some different scenarios here, and then we'll be done and we'll open up for questions and things like that. So dynamic and static returns. Let's compare the dynamic and the static returns that you can get based on your deposit amount and your referral bonus. Okay. So if you invested $500, so comparing static returns with dynamic returns over a period of 31 days, a new user who deposits $500 can receive a $25 bonus, bringing their account balance to $525. Therefore, their first transaction amount is $525. That transaction amount is also called turnover amount, but it is the amount that your trade is going to be correlated to. So if you look at on the left-hand side of your screen here, this is showing you the dynamic profits of a $525 capital base. So if you're starting on day one, right? Remember, the 525 is the amount that's being traded. That first trade would yield about a $3.41 profit. That second trade would yield like $3.43. So at the end of day one, you have $531 in your account. All right. Now, day two going in. Now your account balance is higher. So your turnover is going to be higher, right? Because we're compounding here. So day two, first trade, you're at $3.46. The second trade, And this is just hypothetical, family. All right, $3.48 there. And then a second day, you're at 538.78. Now, I'm not going to read all of these. Obviously, we're going to go all the way down to day 31. And you'll see that this account has grown to $784 and some change from an initial $500 deposit. Okay. All right. So now over here on the right, this is if you have referrals where you're getting the additional signals, because you actually could get 5 trades per day. And I want you to embed this in your brain, family. Signal equals profits. Signals equals profits. All right. So when you're, putting in your, because remember, we have a no loss guarantee, right? So every, additional signal that you get, if you win a signal from the Zoom or something like that, it's just money for you. Okay. So anyways, we're going to blow through this. Day 1, you see here, you started out with the 5 trades, 542 was your balance at the end of day 1. If you go all the way down here to day 31, you're at $1,433 and some change from an initial $500 investment and helping some family and friends that have financial cancer. Okay. All right. Now, investing $1,000. Okay. I'm going to blow through these now, right? I'm not going to read all this stuff. At the end of the day, it's just, you're going to be making more money. All right. So on the left-hand side, starting with $1,000, first day of trading, 1,063 and some change, all the way down 30 days. Your account balance is now at 1,569. So you've earned a profit of $569 off of $1,000 investment. Okay, and you can pull that money out. You can pull your money out whenever you choose to. Now there are withdrawal fees. That's how the exchange makes money, right? And you reduce your withdrawal fee if you allow your account to at least double before you make your first withdrawal. But it's totally up to you, right? Totally up to you at the end of the day. All right. So now on the right hand side here, this is showing that referring others, getting additional trading signals and things like that. So the first day here, your balance is 1,084. If you continue to help, continue to share, build a team, you can literally double your portfolio in like 1 month. I've actually done it in less than 1 week. But anyway, $2,866 would be the capital amount that you would have by sharing and getting those additional signals. Okay. All right. On the 3,000. So with a $3,000 investment, I'm just going to read the last line here. Okay. So as a $3,000 investment, just you alone, you're looking at over a 30-day period, 4,700 at the end of the month, right? If you help build a team, help them out, get additional signals, you're looking at the end of 30 days from your $3,000 initial deposit, you're looking at $8,598. So close to $8,600. Okay. All right. And then I think this is our last slide here. With a $5,000 deposit, you alone, compounding, doing your trade signals every day, you're looking at the end of 30 days, about $7,800. Okay. If you recruit, share, I don't even like to say the word recruit. This is like so not recruiting. This is really like, hey, I have a cure for financial cancer. Come to the Zoom. That's really what this is. But anyways, so over on the right-hand side, $5,000 investment, you're looking at 14,331 and some change. Okay. All right. So that is that. And what I'm going to do is encourage those of you that are new here, that seeing this for the very first time, if this resonates with you, and only if this resonates with you, then what you want to do is get back to the person that invited you here, and they can help you get started to join our community and everything like that. They'll give you all the steps that you need. Okay. So with that, we'll open up and take questions, and make sure everyone gets all the questions answered.